Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Minor League Esports presented by APM Music. I am the Dom Diggity, and joining me is King Haas.
Hi.
Hello. Tonight we have the last game of the night. The last match is going to be ML Wolves versus Puffins.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game here tonight. This is my first time casting here on the MLE stream with Dom here, so forgive me. I'm new. I'm a greenhorn, so hopefully this goes well.
Oh, I'm sure it will. And I'm excited for the game we have ahead of us here. Anybody in chat, if you guys see a great play that you think is deserving of play of the week, use !POTW for that player's chance to win a case of Walls Verona. So we're going to get started here just shortly. Again, coming into this game, the Puffins are the #1 team currently at ML going against the Wolves, who are the #5 team. So should be an exciting matchup here.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Puffins can do here against the Wolves. Both teams have a very long history of fielding some great players. So with the match here underway, we're going to see some pressure here from Puffins right away off the get-go. And Doomsucker with, Timmy now with a shot. Stahl's going to bring that off the backboard here. Both teams kind of feeling each other out. Maybe some nerves here to start. Wow, what a 50 by DC Stahl with the first goal here. Not even half a minute into the series.
Yeah, just maybe some 40 chess going on there with the mind games. Ended up turning into a long own goal. But again, we'll see how the Wolves can respond from that. Again, very good teams coming out here. Now Shrax's going to send a shot downfield. DC taking it into the corner, but Timmy's going to pop it back up again. A good challenge from Doomsucker. Now DC off the wall, has a little bit of a little boost, and a good challenge from Shraxel. Going to try and get this downfield. Doomsucker just a little bit out of the goal, but good enough to get the clear out. And now, again, the Puffins getting more pressure again downfield.
Doomsucker with the ball to keep the pressure on the Puffins. Sorry, on the Wolves, excuse me. Now Wolves with the ball. Timmy with the carry towards the net. It's just going to go just clear. Already some hot action here, and we're counting down the time. What a demo from Doomsucker on Timmy, and that's DC Stahl going to put that ball away.
Yeah, getting good pressure again. The Puffins, #1 team. DC taking advantage of that demo. Now it's their second goal already, and it's barely a minute into the game. So we'll see what the Wolves can do to respond here. But wow, look at that. Doomsucker already getting possession. DC putting it towards net, and the Doomsy in.
Wow.
That's 3-0.
Yeah, DC Stahl here picking up the boost and keeping the pressure on in the corner and just getting the ball towards the net. And he's just faster, and he puts the ball in, and we're up 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, Puffins looking good, showing why they're the #1 team in ML currently. But the Wolves, again, another good team. You got to keep your eyes on. They're just starting to get rolling, hopefully for their sake. But again, Puffins putting a lot of that pressure downfield, getting bumps, trying to get the ball down, getting good challenges. Now Shraxel trying to take it upfield, but no boost, going to get bumped out of the way.
You notice there that the Puffins are just unrelenting on the pressure as Doomsucker puts another away to make it 4-0. Unrelenting. That's just the word that I'm going to be using most of the time here. I can't find any other word to use. Man, great assist there from DC Stahl. And the Puffins are just dominating this first game.
Absolutely. They are taking it right out from under the Wolves. The Wolves, again, though, trying to respond, and they do finally. Timmy, first goal on the board, just muscling their way through past DC on the kickoff.
Yeah, that was a great kickoff for the Wolves. And then the follow-up with the cheat. And Timmy just is able to stuff the ball there to keep the game alive for them. There's plenty of time left on the clock. 4-1. We're already got a high scoring series so far, 5 goals in total. So Doomsucker here to DC stall, looking for yet another opportunity. Man, what a bump from Doomsucker, and he gets demoed by Timmy. And Shraxel gets the ball. He has control with just over 40 boost here. Timmy now gets attacked by Stahl. Puts the ball towards their net and is just high. Doomsucker with the shot, though, to clean it up, and it is 5-1.
That word, unrelenting, like you said. Again, Puffins just getting so much pressure, even when, you know, that initial shot doesn't go through. They're just there to clean it up. So
they really are.
Again, though, you know, there's plenty of time left. 2.5 minutes. You know, if the Puffins can score that quick, soak in the Wolves, you would think, right? So we're going to see what they can do. Again, Shraxel getting the save, getting it downfield. Timmy making a push, but a good challenge from DC into the corner. Now Shraxel getting it mid, but Doomsucker's there to collect. And again, they're getting it past the Wolves slowly but surely to get that pressure back on.
Wolves are getting a little more consistency here. They're playing a little bit smarter. They're trying to just, you know, outplay the Puffins. And another opportunity here. And it's just wide. 2 minutes here. We're still 5-1. DC Stall with the ball on the attack. Is he going to get it by? No. The cleanup from Doomsucker is blocked by Shraxel. What an amazing save. The ball's just sitting there in front of the net for the Wolves. The Wolves are scrambling to try and get this out. Just stop this constant pressure that the Puffins have come out swinging in this first game.
Yeah, they're still getting that pressure. They're also just doing well with the boost. I mean, the Wolves are just kind of struggling. Oh, and the demo just to get the roller in. Oh, wow. Again, Puffins just putting on that pressure. There's not much the Wolves have been able to do to stop.
DC Saul said, you know what? The ball's already there headed towards the net. Nobody's going to get it. I'm just going to go for the demo.
Yeah, hard to miss that open net shot when you just clear the net for the ball itself. So, and wow, again, right off the kickoff, the Puffins already just getting it towards the other end. Again, Timmy trying to make something happen here, getting the ball. He's going to get a flick over one, and that's in. Timmy with the second goal of the game.
Beautiful flick here from Timmy, and great ball control as he's fighting through both defenders solo here. DC Stall just not able to get the angle there to make the save.
Now the Wolves are responding, right? But we'll see what they can do. We'll see, again, the Puffins, anytime the Wolves have been doing something, they seem to just do it right back to them in twofold. So, you know, hopefully this is the Wolves trying to bounce back and regain some composure for the rest of the series. It looks like they are able to with a great pass from from Timmy to Shraxel. It's 6-3 now.
Okay. Wolves showing a lot of life now. They're cut the lead in half. Just under a minute left. There is a possibility they could tie this up. They seem to have figured out the Puffins and how much pressure they're putting on them. They seem to be a little bit more calculating. So they're playing the ball a little bit slower, they're trying to figure out, slow down the pace, take control of the game. It seems to be working for them.
Yeah, they're getting their workaround in. And again, hopefully, you know, maybe they have their, you know, formation kind of downloaded, but the Puffins, again, they're just able to respond so quick without, you know, any sort of consequence there. And they're taking, again, 7-3, that lead.
Yeah, what an answer there from Puffins saying, hey, listen, we know you scored 3 goals, but we can continue to score goals.
That's right. And again, Puffins getting that possession, going up for the double. Oh, Doomsucker. Beautiful. Not much else to say here. Again, that pressure, unrelenting.
Unrelenting is the word. 31 seconds remain on the clock, and it is 8-3. The defense is crying.
Man, and yeah, I feel their pain here too. But for the Puffins, I mean, they are, you know, they came to play like they have been these past couple weeks so far. And are we going to see another one here? It's off the backboard, but a good challenge, good save coming out from Timmy. Now DC getting it up back in the air. Puffins keeping that pressure. Oh, almost gets another goal. but I think that is going to be the end of it here.
Yeah, the clock winds down, and it looks like, oh, we got maybe one more opportunity. No, it gets cleared away by Straxel. Puffins take the first game 8-3.
Man, there's a crazy game coming out from them. DC, 1,100 score, 5 goals, 3 saves, 2 assists, 11 shots to his name. Really earned the MVP that game, but I mean, Doomsucker also no slouch, putting up 3 goals with 5 shots. I mean, man, Puffins just showing up right there at game 1.
That is a lot of shots on the board. That is just a ton of pressure in the first game. To break 1,000 points on your first game is a big statement coming from DC Stall. Just a fantastic player. The Wolves, though, coming back after being down such a far amount in that first game, shows a lot of heart. And I'm expecting that they're going to do a little bit better this next game. They seem to have been getting their rotations kind of sorted out. They're getting more consistent towards the latter half of the game, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, again, after that first half of the game, they really showing that they're able to bounce back. They had that good passing play coming in too for one of their goals. So, you know, we'll see what they can do. Again, they just got to say to themselves, you know what, new game, that one got away from us. Let's take it to the Puffins this time. Let's see what we can do to kind of break that mold that they had going.
Yeah, and the score is all back to 0. So Wolves just need to shake off those 8 goals. Say, hey, there's a big donut there now. Let's fill it with our goals and continue on.
Right, and again, Wolves already starting off, getting a little bit of pressure on the Puffins, but DC again putting everything back the other way. Now Timmy off the backboard, not able to get a touch, but gets the demo by some time. But DC, once again, the MVP of last match is trying to do it this match.
This is the Puffins show. Man, that's unfortunate for the Wolves. Looked like just a bit of a miscommunication there. And yeah.
Man, Puffins coming out strong, but the Wolves, again, starting their attack a little bit. They're keeping the pace a little bit slower, trying to keep possession. Doomsucker, though, he's going to take possession, but not from a good challenge. After a good challenge from Straxel. Now DC Stall getting into the corner. But again, Straxel with another touch. Now, DC Stall, it's coming off the wall. It doesn't have the boost, and it goes up. Timmy got to try and get something to bounce back, but Doomsucker sending it to the corner of the post. Unable to make it work, but again, DC putting the pressure on the Puffins, just inching further and further towards another goal, it seems like.
Yeah, the Puffins, they seem to be... They're not really bringing the ball into their control too much. They're more just sending it down and then making plays off of the rebounds or the passing plays. Whereas the Wolves' strategy here seems to be keep the ball close, slow down the play, and see if we can't, you know, beat them one-on-one at a time. So Doom here is keeping the pressure, but the Wolves, it seems to be a little less one-sided so far. I say that. And DC Stall says, no, I'm just going to put another one in the net.
The inevitable caster curse that we like to do so often here at MLE. But yeah, DC, again, another goal. Just seems like it's, you know, his natural habitat, as David Attenborough would say, shooting balls into the net. Again, Puffins starting to keep that pressure. And like you said, they're getting a lot of good big clears and making plays off of that. But, you know, it's hard for the Wolves here to take possession, to take control when, you know, they're getting low on boost and, again, getting good challenges coming out from the Puffins.
Yeah, the Wolves, they're doing a good job at keeping the ball close. It's just when they get beat out, they're kind of flounder a little bit. And the Puffins, they're just the constant pressure. Doomsucker with a good save there. And It's tough to say at this point, but I don't know. Oh my goodness, Doomsucker just got fed the ball from the Wolves there, and it's 3-0. I think the Wolves, what they need to do is just play a little bit quicker, turn on the ball a little bit faster, and they can even this out.
Yeah, it's tough. It seems like, you know, again, Puffins are just making all the right reads, all the right challenges. So, you know, when you have a team that's able to just do that, seems to be making everything right in their minds and the plays. One way to do that is to take them out with a demo from Shraxel. But again, DC saw no boost, but still just, again, keeping the challenges, buying his teammate time. You know, it's Puffins are just playing really well, really solid right now. And the Wolves just struggling, having to get creative here to try and bounce back.
Yeah, and the Wolves are really pressuring the Puffins into these 50s. And that seems to be working out better for the Puffins on the most part. But every once in a while they get caught out here. Like right there especially, that would have been a good opportunity for Shraxel. But Doomsucker was there on the ball. And we've got, you know, the Wolves starting to pick up their pace a little bit. And wow. Okay. We've got a demo there from Timmy on Doomsucker. There's just one guy to... Oh, Shraxel. He's got the save there, and Timmy has the ball. He's going to carry this, try to flick. And Doomsucker blocks it. There's another opportunity on the net. Ball's hovering. Shraxel with the save. And now Wolves just have to get this ball out of their end, and they keep this pressure up on the Puffins.
Again, we're seeing the pressure of the Puffins. They're making all those right challenges, all those... Ooh, what a flick up top.
Too much mustard on that one.
It almost doesn't work out, but again, DC just able to make the plays that they need to, you know, put the ball the other way and not make those mistakes. But man, it's just the Wolves are really just having to work for everything they can.
It was a good demo there to try and break up the pressure here. There's just winding down now in the second game with 20 seconds left. Wolves are going to try and get one on the board here. Shraxel gets denied. Doomsucker now with the ball. Goes for a bump and misses. He's going to pick up the Wolves boost. They've been doing that consistently most of the match. It's just starving them with the boost. Timmy now with the ball. Can he get this one goal? He can! It's now 3-1, and Wolves have one on the board.
Beautiful goal from Timmy, able to get the little tap there at the end and get into the corner. But fortunately for this game, it's, you know, too little too late at this point. Only 2 seconds left. And that's going to be pretty much it for this one. Puffins, again, take game 2, 3-1.
You know, I'm kind of a sucker for these underdogs, so I think I'm rooting for the Wolves here. I want to see this reverse really bad. I want to see them figure out these Puffins. I mean, this is way closer game than the first game for sure. You gone from 8 goals with the Puffins down to 3. Just Wolves have to get more shots. I mean, they had 7 shots that game. Yeah. So, yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, they've definitely picked up the pressure from the previous game, but the Puffins just showing us why they are number 1 right now.
Yeah, agreed. You know, the Wolves, again, they're able to kind of, you can see the glimpses there, right? You know, they're getting some, you know, Timmy had that good carry at the end. You know, Shraxel had a couple nice saves as well. But the Puffins, they're just, you know, they're just coming out and just attacking. Their challenges, everything just seems to be going in the right way for them tonight. So, but yeah, I mean, a reverse sweep is definitely not out of the question, right? We just saw that in the last match here on the MLE stream. So, you know, will we see it tonight with the Wolves? You know, it's fun to root for that, but Puffins, something tells me they're just not going to let that happen.
Yeah. I'm at a loss for words. It's tough. But there was a big shift change for sure with the Wolves. They put definitely more pressure onto the Puffins. The Puffins definitely had to make more saves that second game. Game 3 here, and the Wolves had an opportunity with Timmy on the net and Schraxel. They're definitely putting up more pressure here. Schraxel puts the ball towards the net, and he gets the goal. That's now 1-0, and Wolves take the lead for Game 3.
That is the first Wolves lead of the series. Off a nice double tap from Schraxel. And again, maybe they have flipped the script. Maybe we're going to see that reverse sweep. This is how it all starts, right? You know, new game, new goal. So we're going to see what the Wolves can do. They're already starting to get that pressure. A good challenge from Timmy coming out to the mid, but Doomsucker is going to collect. Another good challenge from Timmy, but DC is there in the corner as well. Again, the Puffins seem to know where to be on defense and how to make it work on offense, but you know, Schraxel and the Wolves now, they're starting to get good reads on how the Puffins are playing.
Definitely, and a lot of pressure coming out now early on in this game from the Wolves, and they're making good defensive decisions here. And Timmy now carrying the ball to the net, and he puts it away to make it 2-0 for the Wolves.
Wow, what a carry from Timmy, using all that boost and the security there, just being, oh man, right there, so he can't get the clear. The Wolves, they're hungry. They're hungry, right? So that reverse sweep, who knows what we're going to see, but so far, so good. Looking good in Game 3.
Don't mess with starving Wolves.
That's right.
They've been starved.
Oh,
Game 3 is a great start for the Wolves. Here's a pass out front to Timmy, and they're now both headed back on the defensive side. DC still ready for this ball. Doomsucker maybe going for some interference. He's going to start heading back. Good decision on his part to put the ball back and keep up the pressure in the Wolves zone. Puffins are struggling now to try and find their first goal in this match, as we're winding down to only 3 minutes remaining in this third game.
Yeah, Puffins, they're going to have to try and change their game up and adapt to how the Wolves have been. You know, again, the Wolves starting out good so far, but we've seen what the Puffins can do these last couple games. Oh, big fakes coming out, and that's just going to be a goal for the Puffins. Doomsucker, just mind games on the pitch.
Huge mind games here, just playing with the mind as Doomsucker gets the fake on both of the Wolves players and puts the ball into an empty net.
Yep, 1 goal game now, 3 minutes left. Puffins going to get possession off the kickoff here. Now DC showing how good, again, they've been getting those goals in the last couple games, but Timmy, good patience on the challenge there. Again, another good challenge coming out. Schraxel's up, but Doomsucker's going to get the clear. Now Doomsucker getting demoed, but DC is still falling behind. A good touch up top, but it's going to hit the the crossbar. Now Schraxel trying to get a counterattack going, but not a lot of boost. He's going to have to leave it to DC and collect the mid boost off the side. Timmy trying to get a pass, but Doomsucker going to send it downfield.
Yeah, boost has been the deciding factor on a lot of these plays. It's unfortunate that he didn't have any boost to make that play, as the ball goes towards the net from Timmy and is just off the post. That's unfortunate. They were looking for their third goal. The Wolves here still with the lead, and 2 minutes are left now on the clock, as Schraxel puts the ball towards the Puffins zone off the backboard for Timmy. Timmy puts it down. We're now 3-1.
The Wolves, they have learned how to counterattack the Puffins in this matchup now. They see the strategy. They're able to just, you know, focus up on it. And again, this is a good lead for them, but 2 minutes left. Plenty of time for the Puffins to get their stuff going. We know what they can do, but a good demo. Take them out on the field. 2 demos coming out from Timmy, but no boost. He's going to send it towards net, force a save. Now DC going to try and collect, but again, Schraxel putting the Wolves, getting their pressure on downfield, and you know, we got maybe this is it. This is what it takes. The tide's turning.
The Wolves here flip the script on the Puffins. They said, hey, we need one of these games. So we've got just over a minute remaining. Straxel now with control of the ball, but he has no boost. Timmy said, you know what, I'll take that for you. And he puts it off a pinch from Doomsucker. Oh, that's unfortunate for him. He's trying to get the back check there on the ball, and it unfortunately just pinched off of the both of them. And would you call that an own goal? I don't know.
I would. We'll call it a forced own goal.
Forced own goal. Okay, we'll go with
forced own goal. We'll call it that. But yeah, I mean, the Wolves, the biggest lead they've had, and almost another one in the series so far. Only a minute left. Again, if they can close this out, they'll be looking good. Possible reverse sweep territory, but not if the Puffins have anything to say for it. Doomsucker just going to put a shot right in net. And again, plenty of time left for the Puffins to try and come back in this one.
Yep, Doomsucker with a nice clean shot to the side there. And defender just missed it. Just under a minute here, and the Wolves are leading this game 4-2. Big demo from DC Stall on Timmy. And the Puffins are going to try and put some more pressure here with the clock winding down to try and tie this game up. DC Stall with the ball, with the flick. Doomsucker with an opportunity. And they're within one goal of tying this series up.
Again, we can't count the Puffins out. We saw what they could do. I mean, game one, so many goals, right? But in game two, they still get the dub. Game three, it's not over. You know, the Wolves just got to clamp down on that lead. Otherwise, Puffins, they're just going to keep attacking. No way. Another goal. It's tied up.
That is so unfortunate. What a great kickoff by the Puffins. And Doomsucker just gets it off the ceiling. And you know what? You take those. When you get them, you take them.
Oh, you do. You do. And so do the Puffins. The Puffins take whatever they can get, especially after being down for most of the game. But Timmy, again, trying the counterattack. Doesn't want to lose another. He's getting the ball towards mid, but Doomsucker able to send it down. Now Straxel kicking it out, but Doomsucker, another pinch over to the side. Timmy gonna try and get something downfield, but again,
this is dangerous.
From DC. He's gonna try and get it down, but Straxel's gonna collect. The ball is still up. Oh no, we have overtime.
Our first overtime of the series, and this is exciting. This is great. This is kind of Rocket League we want to see, where it's this close. We're in overtime in game 3. Hopefully the Wolves here kind of scrambling to defend, and Doomsucker has an empty net. That's unfortunate. Only 12 seconds into this overtime, and the Puffins have taken the series with the 3 games, but we have 2 left to play.
Man, wow. Doomsucker just said DC's having a night. I need some thunder too. I need to get my MVP game. 5 goals on 6 shots, crazy shooting percentage, 1100 score. The Puffins, man, down 4-1 with almost a minute left, and they still were able to, bring that game back. The Wolves, they've got to. It's got to be rough for them because they were doing so well leading up to that.
They really were, and they were a lot more consistent that game in adversity to the Puffins, whereas the Puffins actually had to make these saves, whereas the Puffins were putting shots on the net that weren't necessarily something that needed to be saved. So we got 8 shots from the Wolves and 9 shots from the Puffins, and it's that one extra shot that put the game away for the Puffins.
Man, it's just, it all happened so fast too, but
way too fast.
That's how it is. It's this Rocket League, right?
This is Rocket League. That's absolutely right.
Man, the Wolves though, they really did do really well that game. It really just came down towards the end. So we'll see what they can do this game, and if they can, again, try and bring it back, try and close this series out with a high note.
Yeah, there's 2 games on the board here left, and every game matters in MLE, so they play all 5 games. Even though the Puffins have technically won the series, the Wolves would do good to get these last 2 games and help out those stats a little bit.
Yes, they would. And Timmy trying to get the ball. Oh, off the backboard, Schraxel is able to collect. And again, they start off this game with a 1-0 lead.
A fantastic pass from Timmy off the backboard to Schraxel, and Schraxel just says, hey, that's a wide open net. I'm going to put it away right there. So Wolves are again up 1-0. We saw this last game. Let's see if they can hold this lead.
We will see. Hopefully for them, they will be able to, but DC dribbling the ball downfield and getting the demo. Now Schraxel, low boost, getting bumped. You can see Doomsucker there getting the pressure, getting the ball mid. Schraxel again trying to keep away possession. Gonna take it downfield, but DC so quick. Schraxel, no boost, but a good challenge coming out. And a demo. DC has full boost. Lets it go to Doomsucker, who puts a shot on, but Timmy with a good save.
Huge save from Timmy, as that ball was dead to rights in the back of their net if no one was there. Now Schraxel here trying to keep the ball in mid. DC stalled with a backboard pass to his teammate Doom. Doom is just high as the Wolves trying to regain and keep some pressure on these Puffins. These dominating Puffins.
Yeah, the pressure from the Puffins is palpable. And as I say that, they almost get a goal there. You
So
see
close.
pushing into the corner. Doomsucker getting challenged from Timmy. Now Schraxel trying to get it downfield. Get some of this pressure away, but oh, just an overcommit at the wrong time. DC's gonna get 1 goal back.
Yeah, right when the Wolves are trying to create some pressure here in the mid, Timmy was just not there to be on the ball, and DC Stall said, hey, that's a great pass. And he put that right into the net. We're tied up 1 apiece with just over 3 minutes remaining, and this is game 4. Doomsucker with the ball in the Wolves zone.
Getting the boost from them as well. Again, DC getting that force out. This coming from Schraxel, but possession still staying in, or from Timmy, but possession still staying. But Doomsucker getting it downfield. DC again. Again, they're getting the booster, getting possession, getting the ball mid. And it's Doomsucker, there he is, but a good challenge coming out. Now Timmy trying to get the ball downfield, trying to get the Puffins off balance so they can take a lead and get a game win of their own.
Puffins here, giving up possession at midfield. And now the Wolves are going to have it in the Puffin zone. Schraxel with an opportunity, pinches it up the wall, and Timmy's up there for that. This could be dangerous coming back to the other way. As Doomsucker brings the ball into the Wolves zone. Timmy's there. All right, Timmy with some huge pressure now. Can he get this ball down? No, it's just high.
Yeah, and you know, you saw a decent look coming out there from Timmy to get the ball out, but again, Puffins are, oh,
Huge
what a
pinch.
pinch that would have been, but Puffins just everywhere they need to be at the moment. Again, they're starving out the Wolves a little bit on boost and just continuing to send it down in their half. Another bump coming out, and Doomsucker is going to collect. The Puffins take the lead.
That was just unfortunate. Schraxel here with the huge bump from DC Stall to clear the way for Doomsucker's shot. Just get cleared across the field. 1.5 minutes remains, and the Puffins again have the lead.
Yeah, Puffins. You know, what can you say? They've been doing this all night, all season, it seems like, according to their record of 9-1. And, you know, the Wolves, oh, they're able to get one back. Schraxel with a big goal from downfield.
I glanced away at my other monitor for just a second, and I heard a goal go in. That was so quick. Great
Yeah.
long shot from Schraxel there to tie up the game.
Schraxel heard me, talking up the Puffins and said, no, this game's not over yet. We still got a minute left. We're still going to do what we can. But DC getting the ball way downfield. Ooh, and a slight miss touch coming out from Dunesucker. He's going to get it out of, the danger zone. But Timmy trying to, again, get some pressure down on the Puffins. Trying getting a game win. But Doomsucker, ooh, getting that shot saved from Schraxel.
Now Wolves with the pressure on the Puffins. As the Puffins put the pressure back on the Wolves, it is back and forth, up and down, left and right. 30 seconds remain. Game's all tied up. Are we going to see another overtime game?
We do love overtime games, and I would like to see one myself again, but we will see. Again, plenty of time left. That pass going towards middle.
Oh.
DC stall is there. And the Puffins, in the last minute, again, taking the lead.
DC Stall said, no more overtimes. 13 seconds left on the clock, and he puts it up for 3-2 for the Puffins.
But hey, 13 minutes left. We'll still have time to tie it up. But not if DC has anything to say about it. Oh, but they're unable to get that goal. Oh, but they're able to kill it. Man. Puffins, again, and a nail biter take game 4.
That was a close one right at the end there. I thought maybe the Wolves would have an opportunity going all the way to the other end for this overtime, because we want overtime so bad. We want those close games, but this is a much, much closer game. Great showing from the Wolves. They're up against the #1 team. I know we've said that a few times, but that is really difficult, especially the mindset coming into this series. And the Wolves getting just drilled the first game 8 goals, and then coming back and making these close games overtime, and now 3-2. Good on them. That's a huge improvement from game 1.
Oh, definitely. And, they, again, like you said, these have been close games. They're all, like, the past 2 have just been 1-goal games, but just the Puffins, they just seem to know what to do every time to get the win. I mean, this game, we talk about the pressure, 13 shots total compared to the Wolves 5. The Wolves are just constantly on defense. So, for them, like to see them get it in the other half more. But the Puffins, what can you say? They're just doing what they do.
Yeah, that was there was no saves on the board for the Puffins there that game. So their defense was all offense that last game. And that worked out for them in the end.
Yeah. But hey, there's still one more game left. The Wolves can still take something away. It just remains to be seen whether or not they will be able to, as they're getting some pressure, but DC Stall with a save. Timmy, or Schraxel, going to get the ball downfield off the wall, trying to get it mid. Timmy, the card change of the Fennec now. Maybe seeing if that hitbox can maybe help him out. A good challenge from Schraxel. Again, Wolves trying to change their fate here with a win. And, they've just been so close, but the Puffins are able to take it every time.
The Wolves are taking a little more time here, keeping the pressure in the Puffins zone. As Schraxel here, trying to put the ball towards the middle, and Timmy with a demo on Doomsucker. As the Puffins just send it back into the Wolves zone, and probably trying to create some kind of opportunity here as they have in the past.
Yeah, they definitely want to keep that possession. They don't want Puffins to get the possession, get the clears that they've been getting. DC again starting to get the ball back in the Wolves half. Doomsucker, again, another challenge. But, the Wolves have been good about, making those good challenges on defense, getting the demos. But Timmy getting, again, challenged by Doomsucker. The Puffins challenges are crazy. Every time it just seems to go in their favor.
Yeah, the Wolves are responding now with more demos than we've seen at the beginning of a match until this point, as Timmy carried that ball again towards the net. And you know what? The Wolves are keeping up the pressure. It's an opportunity for Timmy, and he just puts it wide. Shraxel now with the shot and the save by DC Stall. And now the Puffins on the attack with 3 minutes left here. Ball just high. And Timmy is able to clear that back into the Puffin zone, get some kind of breather.
Yeah, and that's definitely what they need. Is they need to either keep the possession time low on the Puffins or just keep it out of their own half, buy each other time. But unfortunately, they can't buy enough. Doomsucker, again, a nice midair pass going to DC off the wall and collecting the goal there. Puffins taking the lead.
Great little passing play there from the Puffins. Little tic-tac-toe, and that was back in the net of the Wolves. 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Puffins are up 1-0. Wolves led the last 2 games, so we'll see how the Wolves respond here. Wolves looking a little tired.
They are seeming that way, but again, they're doing whatever they can, trying to get the pressure on. Shraxel taking it over to the wall, but a little double commit coming out from him and Timmy. Now Shraxel gonna take it up the wall, going for an air dribble, looks like, but DC is gonna challenge, and again losing possession there as Doomsucker is able to kind of get it downfield. And a good early challenge coming out. Doomsucker with the boost, getting it middle for their teammate. DC giving us some space, but then taking the ball right back. Ball is mid, shot is on, but it's too weak. Shraxel gonna collect and trying to get their counterattack for the Wolves going.
Timmy hanging back here, deciding what to do. They're keeping the pressure a little bit. Shraxel now on the back foot. Great steer towards the corner as he gets demoed by Doomsucker. There's a minute and a half remaining. There's only 1 goal on the board. A much slower paced game here as far as goals are concerned, as Wolves are sorting out their defense. And the Puffins are kind of just playing keep away right now.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think the Puffins know that, you know, again, the Wolves are just trying to do what they can, get their success back. Again, it seems like they're just having to work so hard for it. But now the Wolves are getting some good challenges. Timmy to try and get that mid, but Doomsucker and the Puffins are just so quick to the ball. Another backboard pass and a bump. It's going to be another goal.
Who was that? Who was in net? It just got cleared out of the way by DC Stall. Shraxel. Oh, man. That's unfortunate. The ball just trickles in. Puffins are up 2 goals, and there's under a minute left here. Let's see if the Wolves can get one on the board.
Again, we like to see those close games, so we'll take it from there. But, ooh, a rare mistouch. Timmy does get the goal on the board, and, hey, the Wolves are in within 1.
Yeah, maybe they're listening. I don't know. That was an interesting kickoff. What a touch from Timmy. Just puts the ball in the back of the net, and they are on the board now. Cut the lead in half and tie it up. We might see another overtime.
We could see it. Could see it. Again, only 30 seconds left now. The Doomsucker carrying it towards net, and another quick goal. Doomsucker, another 3-goal game out here. Just trying to go for that MVP again.
The DC Stall at the beginning there with the MVP, and Doomsucker said, you know what, I'm an MVP too.
Oh yeah, I mean, there is no slouch here on the Puffin squad. Doomsucker again trying to go for another goal. There's still time for the Wolves to bounce back, but they need to bounce back quick. There's almost only 10 seconds left. Now Timmy getting it over towards middle, but a big challenge, a big clear coming out from the Puffins. It doesn't look like they're able to collect. That's going to be the series. Puffins beating the Wolves 5-0.
That is an unfortunate series for the Wolves, but a fantastic series for the Puffins. Wolves, they knew they were up against the best. They came in swinging. They did their best, and it just wasn't enough against this dominating Puffins team.
Yeah, I mean, again, we said it from the start. The Puffins are the best team currently in ML, and they just solidified that. So, I mean, man, but you had to hand it off to the Wolves. A couple of those games, so close. Just,
So
I
close.
mean, just not much they could do there. Do you have any final thoughts before we head out?
Uh, Wolves, keep your heads up. You guys gave them quite the fight. I think more than the Puffins were expecting. So go back, look at the replays. You guys had some great plays, and just see what worked, and then take that into next week. It's still early on the season, and the Puffins, I mean, keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing something right.
Oh, right, they are. If you guys in the chat like to see, would like any jerseys, make sure you check the link at !Pro line. Check out the Guardian Pro line jerseys. Again, there's one for every franchise here in MLE. They have custom jerseys as well. So that's going to be it from us. Again, a ton of great matchups here tonight. Great people casting, like myself and King Host. So
thank you.
make sure that, again, you give us a follow and check out MLE, and catch us next time for more action.
Take care.